Oh baby, they made it. 3,000 plus miles from Seattle, Washington to southern New Hampshire. We got some new wheels for the wife's Audi. The SQ7 is getting an upgrade. I can't believe they made it. There's about 2 pieces of Scotch tape on a piece of cardboard. Shipping label is completely missing from this one. Maybe it's in here somewhere, but they made it. Everything looks intact. I don't see any giant holes or anything. So I don't know. Did I get a good deal on these wheels or not? What are they even? What am I doing? Well, it's getting dark. It gets dark early this time of year. I hate it. But let's get them inside and we'll get them unboxed and we'll talk about it. All right, well, we have got some work to do on the Marauder, but I can't wait to get into these wheels. So I'm gonna open one, then we'll get back to work on the Marauder, and then we will really dive into this. Oh, there's some electrical tape on there too, okay. Woo. Boom, baby. Woo! Ha-ha! I like that. Shoo! Damn. All right, that is all you were gonna see for now. Gotta get to work on the Marauder. Got a dyno appointment tomorrow, which is priority. Then we can play with the wife's Audi. Hopefully she likes it. This is gonna be a good one though, guys. So stick around. Catch you in a couple days or in YouTube land, 5 seconds. Alright guys, well while I'm getting all the tape off these wheels, let's talk about them a little bit. These are of course the OEM Audi RS7 wheels that would have come on I think a 20 to 2023 Audi RS7. They have the black and machine finish, which means they would have come on a car with black optics package. I talked about this at the end of the last Audi video, saying that I was looking for either these or RS6 wheels, preferably these, and I started looking around, and these wheels were usually between $3,500 and $4,500 on the used market in okay shape, if you could find them. They are kind of hard to find, which to be honest was a little bit more than I wanted to spend. You can get reps for a lot cheaper than that, but they're reps, they're heavy, questionable quality. I've seen a lot of them crack. So I just kind of put it on the back burner, started, poking around once in a while. 3 weeks ago, I was sitting out by the propane fire with my wife, having a cocktail, and I checked eBay and came across these wheels right here. They were up for $1,500, and they look to be absolutely perfect except for one minor mark, which I'll show you in a second. And they were ending that night. Me, being a couple drinks in, said, I'd be dumb not to purchase them. Only problem was they were in Seattle, across the country. But the auction said the shipping was only $69. Great deal for me. Had no idea if the seller intended on shipping them out, but I threw in a max bid of, I don't know, $1,800 or something like that. Went to bed, woke up the next morning after the auction had ended, and what do you know, I won them. Call it $4,000 to $4,500 set of wheels I just got for $1,600 with shipping. Now, are they actually gonna ever show up? Of course, I was not too worried. eBay, always is gonna protect the buyer, but I wanted the wheels. I really wanted the wheels. So I reached out to the seller, and of course, he was kind of new or kind of inexperienced with eBay, I should say. I'd never posted something this big before. He realized how expensive it was gonna be to ship and said, would you split it with me? And I said, absolutely. It's a fantastic deal on the wheels. He seemed like a nice enough guy. So long story short, we split the cost of shipping. He slapped some labels on them, put the cardboard on, and a week and a half later, these babies showed up. Let's get a closer look at them. Wheeling and dealing, man. You can find deals out there sometimes. All right, got all of the tape and packaging off, and I am psyched about these things. They are in basically mint condition as described from the seller. Made it 3,000 plus miles to New Hampshire with no major damage. So a little bit closer look at these wheels if you're not familiar with them. 22 inch, I think, by 10.5. Got this like super dark metallic flake. It's almost like the carbon flash metallic on the C8s or C7s in the spokes, and then of course milled and then cleared perimeter there. Just super sharp, like spun, directional looking wheel. I've always thought these wheels look sick once I started looking around for, you know, something a little sportier for the SQ7. Of course, got the OEM Audi center cap. Audi Sport is kind of like ghosted there on each wheel. TPMS sensors are in there. Check this out. We got, what does this say? Got some weights on there. There's your OEM Audi sticker. Got a part number right there. I think that 0003 is usually a part number. And there's the 10.5 by 22, 19 millimeter probably back spacing. But yeah, super, super sharp wheel. Here's your 285/30/22 Pirelli P0 high performance summer tire. I believe these are $500 plus a piece. So for less than the price of 4 tires, I got everything mounted, balanced, ready to go. And the story with these wheels is the guy worked with someone at the Audi dealership who had a brand new like 2022 RS7 or something like that. And within 1,500 miles, put some aftermarket forged wheel or something on it. So these are obviously OEM wheels, OEM tires. They were on an RS7 for like 1,500 miles. And that story checks out because these tires are literally like brand new. Perfect tread, soft compound. Date code is, oh, maybe it was a 2023 actually. 15th week of 2023. So these tires are just over 2 years old, which is awesome. They're not, you know, obviously not dry cracked or rotted or anything like that. They're super, super new tires with basically no miles on them. If you were to order this stuff from the dealer, this is probably a $10,000 setup. To my door in New Hampshire, $1,700, $1,800. So yeah, this wheel is perfect. This wheel is perfect. We got some, you know, they're literally dirty. Like there's brake dust and stuff on the barrels. There's some cobwebs in there that we got to clean up. You know, you can see it right there. Just some dirt. This wheel still has a sticker on it, like with a barcode and a part number or something at the bottom there. Audi guys, let me know. Is that like a factory thing? Is this literally, these wheels and tires are so new? The guy didn't even peel the sticker off from the factory. I don't know what else that could be from. This wheel, perfect. And then the seller told me, where is it? I'm sorry, it's this wheel. This is what the seller told me about. Which, honestly, again, for the price I paid, I'm totally cool with that. I really don't care about that. This is my wife's car. The wheels on her car from the previous owner already have some curbing. I think all 4 wheels have curbing that is far worse than this. I'll put in some B-roll now of how those wheels look. You know, basically how I got it from the dealership. So if that's the worst of it, I'm good. Because I was half expecting these things to show up from Seattle with actual gouges in them based on the way he shipped them. So I'm psyched. So let's toss these things on the Audi, right? Wrong. I got something up my sleeve I want to do. Plus we got to clean these up and we got to clean the car up first before we do anything. So let's get to it. These wheels are super dirty, so I'm excited about my newest tool addition in the garage, the Giraffe Tools Grand Falls Retractable Pressure Washer Pro. This is a wall-mounted pressure washer that delivers up to 3,700 PSI for deep and powerful cleaning. I was getting tired of wheeling around my portable one that didn't have as much power. This one easily mounts on the wall using the included hardware. Plug it in, run your water to it, and then reel out the 100-foot hose. Look at this. Still got half the reel to go. 4 times as long as my current pressure washer. Extended the full 100 feet, I could power wash my entire driveway. This thing has got enough power to clean anything around the house. Pressure wash your deck or other home projects. It easily powered through weeks of caked on brake dust on the Mercedes and even years of mold on my boat cover. Plus, it's quiet at only around 80 decibels. This thing is significantly quieter than my old pressure washer with more power to boot. Then when you're done, the innovative retraction mechanism neatly coils the hose reel up for a no-tangle mess, and boom, now your pressure washer is once again stored neatly on the wall, up off the floor, and up out of the way. If you guys are looking for the best wall-mounted pressure washer, look no further than the Grand Falls Retractable Pressure Washer. I've been using this thing for a few weeks now, and I absolutely love it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you guys can get your own. Check them out, giraffetools.com. All right, now let's put this thing to work cleaning this Audi. All right, car is clean, wheels are clean. Now we can bolt them up, right? Nope, still wrong. I'd like to paint the calipers on this car, and from the factory, they're black. I'm not sure if these are the same calipers on the SQ8. I think they're different from the RSQ8, but they're big old, like, I mean, you'll see it when I get the wheel off, but they're black. And you know, I think an option on the black optics cars, I don't know if you had to get the black optics package or not, but was red calipers. It's an option on the 2025 SQ7 from the factory. I think it's like $600 or something like that, and it looks super sharp. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think red calipers will really pop on this thing, really make this thing a little bit more sporty, especially with these new deuces and some black inserts. It'd be sweet to have couple of red bananas hanging out behind the spokes here. Also, just did the first damage to these wheels before my wife even did. Like a complete idiot, I left this thing standing up on my patio walkway while I was waiting for it to dry before I wheeled it in here, and I turned around and heard an awful crash of a wheel hitting concrete, retaining wall, and that's what happened. It sucks big time, but not the end of the world. I mean, the rest of the wheels are, like I said, basically perfect. It is my wife's car. I'm sure that, things are going to happen, but it stinks when you do something stupid like that. Like, I should have known it wasn't going to balance on the walkway, but at least, it could have been worse. It could have, rashed a whole spoke or something like that, but I'm pissed at myself for that. Live and learn, I guess. Dang it, should have known better. Anyways, we got to get this thing up in the air. I don't have a lot of faith that the quick jacks will do it. I think this thing weighs about 5,200 pounds. These are rated for 5,000, I think. But I'm going to try it anyways. And when it doesn't work, we'll get out the old jack and jack stands, get this thing up in the air, blow off all 4 wheels and tires, and hopefully pull these calipers off. Hopefully there's nothing crazy that I don't know about, special tools that I need to work on this German vehicle, and we can start the paint prep process. So let's get to work. Jacking points are too far apart for these, so jack and jack stands it is. You can see why I like these wheels. They're like the same design as the factory ones. You got the kind of spoke that does a sharp turn right there. Same exact thing, but it's like the inside is filled with this metallic black and it's got this cool texture here. It's like this, but way cooler. I don't even know if this counts as OEM plus because it's literally an OEM wheel, but I like that it's like SQ7 on steroids plus a little bit of black. It's perfect. Got this thing in the air, which is difficult on these cars and a lot of German cars because once you use the jacking point, the entire underside of the car is plastic. So you now have to basically just guess where it's safe to put a jack stand. So I opted for the rear of the front subframe, and then in the rear I had to use both jacks. And then once the wheels were off, I could put a jack stand under each control arm there. Remember what I said about I hope I don't run into any issues with like weird German brakes? Already did. On the front, the rear, I forgot about the electronic parking brake, so I'm not sure how that fits into the equation here as far as removing this caliper for paint. I'm gonna need to look into that. I've never messed with a caliper yet in my time here as a mechanic. And so I'm gonna have to kind of figure that one out with you guys. Up front here, first off, look at the size of these brakes. These things are huge. I mean, obviously you can see them behind the wheels, but you don't really realize how big this caliper is until you get the wheel off. This is so much larger than the C6 Z06 front caliper. I'd say it's as big as the C8 Z06 Banana over there, which is huge. I mean, it's on a big SUV, but this is an absolutely massive caliper, massive rotor. Rotor feels brand new. I think on the Carfax it said this car had brake service at the Audi dealership in Atlanta pretty recently before I bought it. Brake pads, tons and tons of life left. But I've already run into an issue up here as well, and it's how to remove this caliper. The caliper bolt is like, I don't even know what that is. It's like not a Torx or an e-Torx socket. which a lot of the Mercedes cars are. So that's the next hurdle right now, is figuring out how to get these calipers off without messing anything up. And then once I do, we can start prepping for paint. So gonna have to do a little research. Well, that wasn't so bad. All right, next day, calipers are off and cleaned. Like I said, fronts were easy, rears were easy once I figured out the process. Also, I don't know what's up with these fasteners. It's almost like this is one of those things where the engineers make it a weird fastener so that you don't take it apart. Like you typically see this when it's holding two halves of the caliper together, but as far as I can see, it just holds on this bracket. But for whatever reason, the engineers don't want you taking it apart, so I just opted to take off the two 21mm bolts holding the bracket on, and fronts come off easy, rears came off pretty easy. Those are right here. You can see the electronic parking brake module there. I've got these mostly cleaned up, still got a little work to do, but I didn't want to power wash these. This is probably a sealed, I'm probably being overcautious here, but I did not want to get any water intrusion there. So I taped off the connectors and just kind of washed these inside. So those are ready for prep. I already started on the fronts here, just a little red scuff pad, which is going to give the red paint something to bite into. Then I'm going to apply one of these S stickers that I got on, Etsy or eBay or something. So those will go right over where these original ones went. And then we're going to clear the whole thing with 2K clear coat, put in the paint gun, and should be durable, just as durable as this factory paint is. You guys will notice on the Marauder, and you've been on the channel before, and on the Lightning as well, I think factory red calipers, both the caliper and the bracket in the rear would have been red, but I think I might leave the brackets black and do the caliper red. I just think it looks, a little bit more professional, that you're not painting the bracket red as well. Like the fronts, we're not going to paint these red, and they wouldn't come red from the factory. So I think it looks good with the red and black theme. I've done this a long time on a lot of different cars, and it always looks good. So I honestly might just clean these up and clear coat them for a little bit more gloss, and we'll leave the rear brackets black. Rear brackets black. Say that 10 times fast. Brackets black, brackets black, brackets black. Okay, it's not that hard. Anyways, the sun I thought was supposed to come out today, but it's kind of cold and dreary. So I don't know how fast this base coat is going to dry when I do lay it down. I don't know if we'll be able to clear it today or not. What I don't want to happen is what happened with the Marauder last week, where I rushed it and we had some sort of reaction with the paint, and then you have to redo it all over. So we'll see how far we get today, but let's keep this prep going, get these things sprayed in. All right, next day, calipers came out really good. Unfortunately, ran out of time yesterday to apply the decals and then clear over them. It just gets dark so fast nowadays. Spoiler, it's already dark out today too. Setting the clocks back this weekend. Big bummer, big sad. Rears came out awesome too. They're drying up over here. I know they look super textured, and that's because they are. That's because these rear calipers are just your cheap cast aluminum or whatever these are. I think aluminum. You know, calipers that you'd find on any standard car, but you know, we'll clear them. They'll look a little bit better, but the color came out perfect. Had a little bit of a chemical issue with, I think, the old sticker, but I sanded that out on both of these and then got it to adhere. These came out perfect. These are the ones that, you know, are a machined aluminum finish there. So these are going to hopefully look like glass when we're done. And I'm psyched about the red color. I think this is the right move. I think these are really going to pop, you know, behind the white here, behind these sweet new wheels. So here's the dilemma. As usual, I've got a garage full of cars. It's raining out, it's dark out, it's kind of windy. You guys have seen me in the past. I've set up like a temporary booth here in the garage. I have my inflatable paint booth that I use for stuff outside, which is great when it's sunny and warm. And it's neither of those right now, so I don't want to get overspray on anything. Painting conditions outside are far less than ideal, but I think at this point my only option is to attempt to set up my booth kind of shielded from the wind and quickly spray some clear on these things. Then we'll bring them inside here, maybe turn on the heat for the first time this year, and hopefully these things can cure overnight. I'd love to get my wife's car back to her maybe tomorrow so that I can get my Mercedes back, so that I can maybe work on that thing and figure out what's been wrong with it for the last 18 months. So I'm going to apply the decal to these two. I think it's this one right there. Then hopefully quickly set up the paint booth, get these cleared in, and hopefully let them dry overnight. Let's just hope it goes that smoothly. Paint booth's probably going to blow away. All right, let's try it though. This thing's gonna blow away, for sure. Oh, she's moving. This might be my worst idea yet. Let's proceed. The wind is picking up, but if we can just keep this thing down, this just might work. As long as the rain doesn't come through the not windows slash filters here. I gotta try and move quick though. We'll see how much of a disaster this is. I'm gonna try and tie this thing down, but I'm not gonna do very much talking. Let's get to work.
A few moments later.
Well, we gotta abandon ship. We are taking on water like the Edmund Fitzgerald in here, and this thing is about to take off, and I don't want to put in all this effort and just have water come in and ruin the paint. So that was a waste of 30 minutes of setup. Back to the drawing board. And she's totaled. One coat down. Well, that was basically a complete waste of 3 hours. Got the makeshift booth all set up over here, got everything prepped, got the stickers on, laid down some clear coat, looked absolutely flawless at first. Checked them again after like 3, 4, 5 minutes, and there was some sort of reaction. And this just happens sometimes when you paint, especially when you mix brands. I've never had this problem before with this particular setup. I don't remember what I did for the AMG, but I did not have this problem, and there could be a few different factors here. I used the Duplicolor Caliper paint, which, by the way, looked absolutely fantastic by itself. Part of me wishes I just left it like that and put the sticker on top and called it good, but I don't think it would have the durability of the added 2K clear. But anyways, there's like cracks and ridges and a ton of like orange peel and texture, and it doesn't look great. Not psyched about it. I mean, if you were 10 feet away from the car, you'd probably never notice, but I don't know. It bugs me. It sucks when you go through hours and hours of prep work and doing everything right. Everything's looking great until the last step of clear coat, and it all falls apart, and you basically have to start from scratch. So I've had the thought of just re-clearing them. It might look okay, but the closer I look at it, it seems more like it's down in the base coat at this point, which means we're basically back at square one, kind of. So right now they're outside in the sun. It's the next day, obviously, curing up. I think at this point I want them to completely dry, completely finish, hopefully mostly outgassing and doing their thing. And then we can take a step back and see, unlikely if we can just get away with a quick scuff and re-clear, or I've got this bright red left over from the intake manifolds on the 2001 WS6 I did on the channel. I also think I have some Victory red in the old paint bucket or paint box there, which would work just as well. Obviously, this is the same brand as the clear, so I've done dozens of paint jobs with this base and that clear, so we won't have any issues there. But that delays me. I mean, I wanted to have this car back together today. The rears came out great, but now we're basically waiting on the fronts. So I was kind of torn. Do I just put it back together and say screw it until springtime? Because realistically, these wheels are only going to go on for a few weeks before winter. But man, I don't want to have to take these brakes apart again. So I feel like my OCD is probably just going to make me redo this. But now I need to wait for another sticker, I think, unless I want to try and manhandle one of the bigger ones on, or one of the smaller ones. I got it in a 6-pack that had like 3 different sizes, 2 of each. I wish I just got a 6-pack, 6 of all the same size. Either way, I'm gonna let those cure up as much as I can while I figure out what I'm gonna do. In the meantime, gonna give these beautiful 22s a quick detail and ceramic coat them for protection. To coat these wheels, we're going to be using only the best, the Q2 Rim Evo from Gyeon. This stuff is going to provide advanced protection for any type of wheel, especially these beautiful RS7 wheels. Got a little bit of prep to do first. Wanted to give these things a quick polish just to remove any scuffs or light scratches. So I grabbed my mini battery powered polisher and of course a little bit of the Q2M polish and went over the wheel just to make sure that the finish was as perfect as possible. Once that was buffed off, it's just like any other ceramic coating application. We want to make sure that the surface of the wheel is surgically clean to give something to the ceramic coating to bond to. So we're going to be using Gyeon's Prep to wipe down the wheel and make sure that there's no oils or grease or contaminants or anything left over from the polishing process. This is going to ensure we get the maximum adhesion of our ceramic coating. Once the wheel is nice and clean and dry, you guys know the deal. Apply a little bit of the Evo coating to a soft pad. You can use either the included one or an applicator of your choice depending on how intricate the wheel is. Simply coat the entire wheel Make sure you get in all those nooks and crannies and different surfaces on the intricate spokes, and then immediately buff it off. It's that easy. And boom, our RS7 wheels are perfect and protected, and we know that they're gonna be more resistant to brake dust, and my favorite part, more hydrophobic and easier to clean down the road. Now these beauties are ready to bolt on.
Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Yeah. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes. Push until we overflow, that's just how the story goes.
Alright, wheels are ceramic coated with Gyeon Evo rim coating and looking absolutely perfect. It is a couple days later. Finally let the calipers cure inside for a couple days. Just did some prep on them. Basically sanded off the sticker that was there, removed that, leveled the area, and then in any areas I broke through, I just did a little bit of primer. That's curing up now in Nature's paint booth. And hoping to spray these GM bright red, because it's what I have. Hopefully get one of the bigger or smaller stickers to fit well after we get the GM bright red down, and then clear them all again, both times using PPG or Omni paint. So we shouldn't have any reactions this time. Now the question is, will I get it done before the sun goes down? We just set the clocks back last night. It's like 2 o'clock right now. Yeah, 2 o'clock, so it's probably gonna be dark in like 2 hours. So I gotta get to work, hustle, hopefully get these things painted and let them cure overnight. So let's get after it. Cure. Shoo! Finally, just barely got the big S sticker on there. Actually love how it looks. Finally, a good finished product here. These things are glass. I ordered another set of stickers, but they're not gonna be here till this Friday, which is like 6 days from now. I can't wait that long. Those are done. We're gonna let them cure up and dry overnight in the garage, and then hopefully tomorrow get this thing back fully assembled. Forgot to say in the B-roll, got the rears on. Super, super sharp. I'm really glad I did this in gloss black. Really, really pops. I think it's gonna look so good behind the black and milled wheels. So tomorrow, once those are cured, we can bleed the brakes using hopefully my Motive power bleeder, get the wheels and tires on, see how this thing looks, the whole package. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's happy hour. Where's the beers at? All right, go ahead and put that caliper on for me. No, don't point, just put, oh, we're thinking about crying. Sock rolling. Doggy. Those look so good. Love all the contrast we got going on here. The black optics front end, a little bit of orange with the amber corner marker there. Bright red caliper, more black optics there. Of course, all white. Oh, what a change. Just a little bit of paint. All right, managed to get all 4 calipers on without scratching the paint job, which is especially tough with paint that you only let cure for like 1 day in the middle of October or November now. And managed to bleed them by myself without getting any brake fluid on the calipers as well. Brake fluid is highly corrosive. Don't get it on your paint, especially new paint. Last thing you want to do is spend all that time painting your calipers, then have a little bit of a dribble go down the front of it and ruin the whole paint job. Ask me how I know. Brake pedal felt great. I don't see any leaks. The Motive power bleeder makes it super easy. I've used this for everything from bleeding brakes to priming engines with oil before first startup. So useful tool. Brake pedal feels great. I already did a quick once over. I don't see any leaks. So I think it's finally time to toss on these beautiful 22-inch RS7 wheels. One quick note, these wheels are directional, meaning there's, you can either scoop like this, or if they're, turning this way, or I forget what the other term is, but I think from the factory they scoop per se. So this is going to be facing the front of the vehicle. I think that's how I'm going to set them up, but I don't really think it matters. I don't think these tires are really directional or anything like that. So let's get these puppies on. Directions unclear. I accidentally made my wife's daily driver sicker than mine. Is this a joke? Look at this mom mobile. Can't lose with 22s. That's what's up. These things look so sick. Red calipers, 127% the move. Oh, this is exactly the car that I wanted. We have finally transformed this thing into exactly how I would have spec'd it out from the factory, with the addition of some beautiful RS7 wheels. A little bit of a custom touch on the ones in the back. Yeah, red calipers, a little bit of red on the taillights. All right, that's all you're seeing right now. It's raining out a little bit right now. I think it's supposed to stop later tonight. Tomorrow, hopefully the roads are dry. Put a little bit of tire shine on this thing, back it outside, make sure it drives good, make sure the brakes work just like they're supposed to. We'll get a good look at this thing. I just got my wife in here and she absolutely loves it. But I mean, she's not nearly as excited as I am because, you know, car guy stuff. So sick. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is a cold and windy morning out there, but there you have it, 22s, deuces on the wife's Audi. I'd stand outside and show you more, but the B-roll will have to do because it is so windy, you wouldn't be able to hear me. But the wheels and tires, perfectly balanced, car drives beautifully. My wife just took Graham to daycare for the day. He loves it, obviously. I'm in love with it, just a little bit of paint on the calipers and some 22s, and this car looks absolutely insane. It's insane that all of the parts here are OEM Audi parts. It's crazy that an SUV, a mom mobile, can look this good with all OEM Audi stuff. Brakes obviously bled up and work perfectly. The car drives great. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I'd change anything else on this car. It's absolutely perfect in the looks department for my wife's vehicle, if you ask me. I mean, what an absolute transformation this car has been through from when I bought it down in Georgia with all of its silver trim and a smashed up front bumper and broken grille, to now with a beautiful black optics package and these OEM RS7 22-inch wheels. I think it's perfect. I know a lot of guys are probably like, lower it, you gotta lower it. It's nice to have one vehicle that you don't have to worry about rubbing or, scraping or hitting anything. And in dynamic mode, I really do think it's low enough. So I don't think I'm gonna change anything on this car. The exhaust, even in factory form, is throaty. And sounds good. The only thing that's still kind of in my mind is maybe a tune. We could potentially make this thing even faster without sacrificing reliability. I don't know, maybe we'll do that. Let me know what you guys think. So that's gonna do it for the Audi. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments and thoughts down below. It really helps the algorithm. Hoodies and shirts and all that stuff are on the website, sullivan-co.com. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next one.